2020 previews here at Essendon Royals Soccer Club. We're here at the signature by Metricon show home here on Buller Road in Essendon, where we're talking to a range of figures from around the club. Next up, we have none other than our senior coach, Vitale Ferrante. Welcome back to the season 2020 Essendon Royals season preview. I'm joined by senior coach Vitale Ferrante. Welcome, V, and welcome to the club. When we spoke ahead of your announcement, I guess we sort of spoke about your family's long-running connection with the club, and we've got photos of your brother Michael playing juniors at the club. Yeah. So tell us a bit about, what's changed since I guess last time you were at the club to now.
Well, it was a lot smaller in number and participants of juniors, etc. When I first signed out. It was funny. I actually made my senior debut.
Yeah.
For the original Essendon Royals.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I was at Preston in the NSL,
yeah.
You were allowed to loan players out.
Yeah.
And I actually went to Essendon. They were first division it was back then.
Yeah.
And I think I might have been 17 or 18. I can't remember the year. We won't go back that far. But yeah, I made my actual senior debut for the club. Then Michael played there as a junior, but we've got another brother, and he also played there as a junior. So there's a long history of our family being associated with the club and the people that are still currently at the club.
Yeah.
So
knowing that, how great was it for you to be able to come back and lead the club as a senior men's coach?
What I was going to do next was really important for me, and it needed to be something that meant something. And as fate has it, this was exactly what I was looking for, and it just worked out that way. So yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah, and obviously the club's gone through, the last decade's been pretty big for the club.
Correct.
Massive junior participation, as you mentioned. 10 years ago we were playing in the provisional leagues.
Correct.
Now we're in State League 1. The project itself, what really excites you about the football project at Essendon Royals?
Yeah, well, even before that, the club had a lot of success where it got itself right up to the VPL back in the day. So it's had its highs, and now it's gone through a period of a few years where it went sort of down. But now what I like about it is the people involved have picked it up, and really I see signs of it becoming what it was in the past, with the opportunity of being even bigger because of the participation of juniors with the girls program that we now have. So it can get bigger than what the heyday glory days were. That's what excited me. All the pillars are in place, from the junior getting the NPL licence, really important part of where the club wants to go. Again, the women's winning the league, and the girls program positioning itself to hopefully also get to that level moving forward. And the seniors, it's been fantastic regrouping and getting to the State 1. I think now it's time that the seniors now start picking up their end of the bargain, and that's what excites me about it. That's why I took it on as an exciting project, because I think that's the pillar now, that needs to improve, and that's my objective.
Yeah, and we're only a couple of weeks out from the season now, but been a big off-season in terms of recruitment and some key re-signings, obviously bolstering the defence with the likes of Adam Narkic and Mauro Pirano and Greg Romano, and then up front with Darren McCauley, and obviously the big news with Archie Thompson. So are you happy with how the squad's sort of shaping up?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough that because Michael, Davey, Luca had signed towards the second half of the year, or towards the end of the year, I was fortunate enough to be able to come and watch a few games, and it gave me a bit of an insight not only of the team but also the league. And then when I took the job, I sort of sat down with Carl Recchia, my assistant coach, and Juan Toro, and I said, this is what we've got to do, and we identified exactly what was needed.
Yeah.
And I've been really, really pleased with who we've signed from 2 points of view. The footballing part's important, and the characteristics that they bring to the team, but the objective here is to change the culture. Not that it's been a bad culture, but I want to change the culture. I want a winning mentality. I want a culture that all the juniors and everyone associated with the club is proud of. And I want to be a leading example of setting that culture all the way through. And it starts with the seniors. So the players that we've signed, their personalities, their character traits, it's all this kind of attitude that we're after. So I'm really pleased. Even Michael Starks, re-signing back from originally being here, and then going to Bentley, coming back. So everyone's on board with the project. That's what's really, really exciting. You know, these are NPL players who could still play NPL. Choosing this because I want to be part of something for the next few years. You know, a lot of the boys are signing for that reason, not as a one-off. Let's do this. We've got a couple of year project. And these guys are going to be part of it. Also, the age demographic that or profile that we've gone for, there's a good mix of 21-year-olds, a couple of experienced guys who have just turned 30. So I've got a bit of a mix on purpose. And also, let's not forget Lee Monopolis. I'm really excited about Lee. He's a player that I've known for many years in the NPL, and you know, I've tried to sign him numerous times, but you know, it's not easy for him to have left South in their success. And when he was looking for something new challenge, it just worked perfectly. So yeah, it's quite exciting.
And the results are, I mean, I know it's pre-season, but the results have been good in pre-season, so surely that's a good sign that the players are sort of buying into what you're looking to achieve. Yeah,
we say it's pre-season, we say it's friendly games, it's an opportunity of trying different players in certain positions. A couple of the young boys have had opportunity, but like anything, every time I go and put on a session at training, I expect to see a winner. So I'm expecting results of the pre-season games. So yeah, it's good that we're getting the results, because I do treat them seriously. So should the boys, because you know, we've got a job on our hands to do, and you can't perform poorly in the pre-season and then say we're going to switch it on in the season. So yeah, I've been really pleased. The results are a reflection of how the boys have gone about the actual games, and that intensity and work rate has been what I've been focusing on, and the boys have been doing it. And they're also getting rewarded by getting good results as well.
Yeah, and obviously Archie Thompson is a massive signing for the club. A big name that I guess lots of people are excited to come and see what he can do for the Royals and in State League One, and the new environment for him. What's impressed you about him and his character, I guess, in training and around the squad?
Yeah, I've known Archie ever since he was 17 years old, and then he ended up playing with Michael at Victory and also with Carl Recchia. What I love about Archie is when Archie plays and he's in love with the game, he plays for the pure love and enjoyment of the game, and it reflects on how he plays, it reflects on his teammates, and it reflects on people watching the game when they see him go about the way he plays football. Why this is really exciting for us is Archie's on a mission. Archie's not here just to go through the motions. People don't know. He's trained for 3 weeks with us. I've done 3 nights a week, and he's been there. So even for himself, he's putting himself under pressure that he wants to have a season where he's able to play week in, week out, and really contribute. So that's what I'm excited about. Archie Thompson, you know, with his class and up and about, it's going to be great for the Essendon Royals supporters to come and watch and see that flair. But also his attitude it never stops. He just loves running and chasing things down, and that's what he's been doing at training. So, you know, I'm really excited about what he does to complement what we've brought in.
And at the other end of the scale, obviously the reserves have had a pretty good solid pre-season as well. Lots of sort of 17, 18-year-olds taking their first steps in senior football. I guess, what's the message to players in that sort of age group at the club in terms of you know, making those next steps in their senior football careers? Yeah,
that's a good question, because I think it's really important that if the club's got all of those things in place, we're going to have a bright future. These things don't happen overnight. It does take a few years to happen. Again, by having the opportunity of watching a few games at the end of last year, I watched the reserves. And you know, 3 or 4 boys stood out to me for 3 or 4 games. So I've invited them in from when we first started in November. And these boys have figured in all of our games, and they've done really, really well. And they'll be part of the senior group. You know, and also one thing I do want to mention, also some of the new boys that we have brought in, like Moa Bass, you know, it's a young, 19-year-old from Hume, you know, great pedigree, really put himself in a good position moving forward, but he wanted to play regular football, and I'm really excited to also have someone of his calibre and his age to be part of our senior squad.
And any final thoughts ahead of the new season?
No, I'm just hoping that the senior team make the club proud and do what all the other pillars that are so successful at the moment at the club. I just want the seniors to be doing the same thing, and if we're doing that, I think the club's a sleeping giant.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks V for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks.